Good morning, Corey. How are you doing today? So, how's everybody doing today? It's sunny here, but cold. It's 18 degrees. I went out and flew 2 ships last night in the cold. It was an experience. Was about 14 degrees. And it was at midnight. And the little Nano Plus did really well in that cold weather, but then of course it was warm when I went out there and flew it and then came back into the warm house. So yeah, it was it was an experience. Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, there is no snow on the East Coast, you know, all the ski resorts is bad. I would hope they can weather it. That's that was an interesting choice of words, weather it. They can get through this terrible winter without going bankrupt. Give me a second, gang. I'm gonna pitch out some peanuts. Be right back. Yeah, we've got a mix of clouds and sun here today. It's supposed to get cloudier and cloudier as the day goes on. And as you can see, that camera's not doing so well. It's hanging on the side of a building and there isn't any way to really clean it, which I think is sad, but it is true. Oh, I'll get 2 feet of snow. That's great. Corey shared a picture, everybody. This is the picture Corey sent. Was at the ski resort he was at yesterday. As you can see, look at all the people. Wow. Look at the snow caked on the cell tower. Wow. I take it that was the top of the mountain up there. Stop share. Well, Corey, what I used to do some snow skiing when I was in my high school days. What is a lift ticket going for now? I would imagine it's kind of pricey. I think it was like $7 or $8, $10 back when I was skiing. Paul Hodges, of course, as everybody may know or may not know, is going to a model train exhibition. So he will not be here this morning. He may pop in, who knows, on his cell phone, but I kind of doubt it. He's fixated on and going and checking out the model train exhibition. So, and he had to drive a ways to get there. So it opens at 9 o'clock. 129 Canadian. Oh, wow. You got to be a serious snow skier to spend that kind of money for a lift ticket for that's just the day. That's not the whole weekend, I take it. Yeah, very pricey. Yeah, I gave all my ski equipment away. I used to have some head skis and bindings and the whole bit. And my ski boots, I got rid of those years ago. And poles and everything else. So I thought I would just pop on here this morning, see what everybody's doing. We'll see how it goes. If there's anybody that wants to join, please do so. If not, this may be a short little live stream. 2.5 hour drive. Wow. Yeah, you gotta wanna go snow skiing pretty bad. Well, I take that back. It's about a 5 hour drive from my house down here in southern Michigan. There are some ski hills closer. I don't know if they're doing man-made snow or whatever, but if we wanted to go to Boyne Mountain, which is up by Petoskey, Traverse City, and in the northeast corner of the mitten, like up here, it's about a 5 hour drive, a 4 hour drive, maybe. Little Llama Laura, hello, good morning, Laura. Yeah, I thought I'd just pop on to see what everybody's doing and how they're doing, and I did do a couple of ships last night at midnight. If anybody's interested, I can show that. If not, we don't have to. I don't want to bore everybody. It was the James R. Barker and the Philip R. Clark. They were kind of in a row, both downbound. From Lake Huron onto the St. Clair River under the Blue Water Bridge, and this is the little Nano Plus. What a great little drone it is. What happened was I got there a little bit later than I thought I would. By the time I got everything set up and the drone out of the car and on the ground, and I started flying down on this side of the bridge rather than going up and under. This was the lead ship and 2 ships coming down. He was playing with his spotlight. He was spotting over on shore. Maybe he had somebody over there that he was looking for. I don't know. But I am just the other side of the pilot house, right over here. Fine. Yeah, right about there. It was a clear night, no wind, very little. What you see is vapor trails coming from the exhaust, simply because the ship is moving. And there was nobody on deck, of course. Midnight, most of them sleeping. It's headed for Cleveland, and most of you may know, I think today is the last day the locks are open. I think they close. Well, look at the background there. Wow. That's how clear it was. Oh, all right. Curtis is charging his batteries and getting ready. For those of you that Curtis is 3 hours different from where I am. It's 9:00 a.m. here on the East Coast. It's 6:03 on the West Coast. He's going out with 3 or 4 other guys, and they're going to be doing the ROV underwater drones. And you can tune in. They're going to live stream, I understand, right, Curtis? So that's 3 hours difference. I think it's going to be like 1 o'clock my time. 10 o'clock his time, or is it 11 o'clock? I can't remember, Curtis. But oh yeah, Filipina, it is a miracle if you've got sunshine. So I know how the weather at this time of year is in Great Britain. Okay, I'm going to screen share the Philip R. Clark. This was the second ship downbound at midnight last night. And so see what you guys think. Good morning, Adrian. How are you doing today? I hope good. I know you had a live stream last night. Yeah, this is with the Nano Plus. At night, it's dark. But I'm so impressed with the camera on the Nano. Yeah, Philip R. Clark is also in for Chenault. It decided to fly last night. It was 14 degrees, but it was no wind. It was bitterly cold. And that little Nano did well. As you can see the background, look how clear it is all the way down the river. Well, thank you, Adrian. Yeah, it gets me out of the house and like I say, I can't say enough about the Nano Autel Nano Plus. It just really is a great flyer for what you get, and the camera quality, especially low light, is just second to none. And that is all shot in automatic. I didn't do anything. When I edited it, I might have lightened it up a little bit, but not a lot. Hey, here comes Curtis.
Hey, get my mic over here.
So
didn't want you to be-
you're going out at 10 or 11 o'clock?
So there's some unknown factors. We're going to be out there at 10, but I don't know exactly what time we're starting.
Okay.
One of the ROVs is new, and we don't know what kind of issues we're going to run into. So, and the fact that it's raining, so we're going to be setting up an awning out there. I don't know how long that's going to take. One of the guys is bringing that out, and we got to make sure this new ROV is going to be working in the water. I'm sure we're going to have to do some calibration stuff, put it in the water, probably pull it out and recalibrate it again. But so I would say generally between 10:30 and 11 we'll be ready to go.
Okay, so 10:30 and 11 o'clock your time would be we'd have to add 3 hours to it here, so it'd be like 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you, I have the Avata now, and I got it in a little case, and it is so nice just picking that little case up and going playing. With the ROV stuff, you got so much stuff to charge up and go do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes half my pickup, my little Colorado that I've got, to get everything in the back and get everything charged up and going out. But people like it, so I keep doing it.
Yeah, Gitchigumi, I've thought about doing. I used to do that in some of my videos. I would put the salutes in, but it's there again. It's another editing situation. The first ship I showed you, I got done editing that about 2 o'clock this morning. I went and kicked back for a while and edited the other one at 6 o'clock this morning. So,
What do you mean by salutes?
The big ships, when they come through the bridge, most of them, not always, most of them give either a salute or a master salute. A salute is 2 longs, 2 shorts. A master salute is 2 longs, 3 shorts.
You could
Blast on the
pre-record.
horn. Yep.
You could pre-record that and just add it in.
Yeah, I do have some of them recorded. But each one of the the real shippers guys would know the difference between the sound of, let's say,
Yeah.
one ship versus the other ship, because each horn is a little bit different,
Yeah, you're right. Have you watched many of these new Avada videos that are out? This goes to what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
So the trend right now is no music. It's whatever you're nearby. So in other words, if you fly by somebody, you add some conversation in. If you fly down a bowling alley, you have the sound of the ball and hitting the pins.
Oh, okay.
And it's all about that. There's some whoosh sounds as you might go through a doorway, or whoosh, stuff like that. But they're really getting away from the idea of using music. And
Well, I guess that would be really good if you wanted to spend. It's like I spend from the minute I get home, if I go right to it, anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half to 2 hours.
editing.
Yeah. And if I were to start to do that, you could end up a day later,
Well, you only get one audio track with Movie Maker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even see how you would add another track in.
Well, what you'd have to do is you'd have to record it, then turn around and put it back in Movie Maker with the recording with the sound.
Right.
Add another layer of sound in there.
The Beatles method.
Yes. Yeah.
Record, mix down, record, mix down, record, mix down.
Exactly.
And how they got good quality back in the day was amazing to me. I used to have a 4-track recorder and tried to record some stuff like that, some guitars and stuff. And you do lose a bit of quality every time you re-record something.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. But, it is possible if that's what you really wanted to do.
Well, I have Premiere. We have unlimited audio tracks.
Well, I have a library, a small library, and a lot of people complain because I reuse a lot of the same songs. But there again, in editing, to go and find the perfect song for a ship, you're talking about another half hour, 45 minutes, and scratch your head and find with that, you pull this one up, nah, I don't like that. You pull this one up, nah, I don't like that. So
It's even worse for me. I write my own music.
yes.
And I'll spend the winter and write, 20 songs. I say I write 20 songs. I write just some music generally. And well, I find that when I go back and I try to find something that will match what I'm doing, none of it matches, or I'm bored with it by then. So I got to turn around and write something else. So it's usually a day or two more for me to get a video out, just based on adding that in. But with all the problems with YouTube and the copyright strikes, or whatever they want to call them, your video's fine. I've got stuff that has been on YouTube for 4 or 5 years, and then suddenly I get a copyright notice, even though I purchased the rights to use the music. So now I got to go back in time, find the license for it, and submit it to get that thing removed.
Well, what's interesting is on most of my music that I'm using that has been in my library for a while, I get a lot of copyright claims, not a claim, not a strike, just and then you get a little notice up here, and if you read it, it says the owner of this allows you to use it on YouTube.
Right. And I shouldn't say copyright strike. It's called something else, but I'm kind of OCD about
copyright notification of something.
Yeah. It's the same with mine. They're allowing you to use it. They're making money off your videos, but I'm kind of OCD about it.
Yeah.
I want to get rid of it. I don't like it on there. I paid for the rights to use that song.
Hey, Justin,
Justin.
the yeah, it's music and everything is fine and dandy. My videos, most of them, I've got some of them, there's several thousand views, but very, very few and far between. Most of my ship videos, I get maybe anywhere from 100 to 200 to 300 views, and that's it.
Mhm.
So it's not like I'm getting anything out of using their music other than just kind of background music. It
I
isn't.
need to, I need to send you some of mine that I'm not using. I think I got some. Let me look over here and look. Can you hear that?
Yep. That sounds good.
There's a bunch of stuff on here I wrote a few years ago. I haven't used any of this.
That's cool.
I'll have to send you these.
Yeah, I can add them to my repertoire.
I was going to do a CD and I called it Return to Willow Creek.
Ah,
Do you know how to open a zip file?
yeah, I think so. My biggest problem with zip files is then when I open them, it's like right now, I just went over and tried to find my music file and I
Mhm.
can't find it. It's there, but it pops up when I want to add music to something, but I can't find it. Like I say, I'm not that smart with that kind of stuff.
I wrote one for Philly and I can't find it. Yeah, I wrote this one for Mikey. Called it Philly Sunrise.
Oh yeah.
He never used it though. Well, how do I get these to you so that you can?
Good question.
I can send you a Dropbox link, but you'd need to download them, and it'd be easier if you knew how to unzip them.
There's the problem. What we'll have to do is I'll have to try and see if I can't figure out how to do that kind of stuff. And I just, I'm such a minimalist that all of the new technologies, Curtis, is just.
Well, I don't know. Let me see if I can. Some of this stuff you probably wouldn't be interested in.
That's the problem. JD sent me a bunch of music, and most of it isn't my style or my type of,
Right.
with with doing ships, you know, it's not bang, bang, get them up and, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's too much for you. Um, so let me
Well, you can always think about it and,
well, no, I'm gonna show you how I want to. I did two CDs I was going to release that I never did. One of them is Echoes from Space, and the other one is Return to Willow Creek, is what I called it. Not everything in Echoes from Space you'd be interested in. All right, I'm just going to send you all of it. You can pick whatever you want. So let me put these in zip files, and then I'll show you how to open them. Okay, go to share screen. Share. Okay, so here's a RAR file. See where it says RAR? It's the same as a zip file. So you just double click it. Can you see that now? See this little window?
no.
Okay,
I see the window, I see the file that you wanted to double click on.
okay, now you should see this. This is a RAR file. So basically what you do is you open a folder and you click the song and you just drag it into the folder. But you'll need a zip extractor or a RAR extractor, if that makes any sense.
No.
Let me see. Hang on. Let me.
Here comes Justin now.
Well, and I was listening to you guys talk about that copyright stuff. Another problem that we were actually talking about this a couple weeks ago is you get people, there's a lot of people from India that are copyright claiming people's videos, and they don't even own the rights to the shit because they're banking that you're not going to try
contest
to
it.
fight it. Yeah, they're hoping that you're not going to try to fight it, and they're collecting money off of music that's not even theirs.
Bastards.
There's people that have done their own music on YouTube and got copyright claimed from somebody in India on their own shit that they own.
Yeah, that's always been my concern, is what'll happen there.
I mean, the only thing I don't know how you'd even prove that it's your music unless you actually had some kind of paperwork on it, right?
Well, you in order to
'Cause you
own
could
own the music, even though you as the author have the rights to it, don't you still have to file
well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
with the Office of Copyrights or whatever?
Yeah, because I mean, technically you could be the creator of that particular song, but that doesn't mean that you have the paperwork to prove it,
Right.
And YouTube might want that and say, hey, do you have the paperwork saying you own that music? I don't know. I've never had that situation myself, so not entirely sure how that works. But there have been creators that have had their own music copyrighted by other companies and scammers. That's happened quite a bit. What's up, Mark? Chigumi, Filipina, Curtis, Adrian,
Mm.
Corey, Laura.
All right, Paul, I put one of them in the chat. It should be ready to go.
Private chat.
I think it's ready to go. It's still saying uploading. Oh no, that one's uploaded. Return to Willow Creek. The second one is still uploading.
I still got those little treasures you drop box to me.
Do what?
I said I still have those little treasures in my computer of the stuff you drop box to me that
Oh,
day.
the Return to Willow Creek has got some more artwork on it. It's all safe, but it's cute. One minute to go. So did you get it downloaded, Paul?
I think so.
Not everything on that one you'll like. Willow Creek is a lot of acoustic guitar stuff. Actually, it's my guitar synthesizer. I don't have any acoustic guitars, but I run it through a synthesizer that has a acoustic guitar sample.
Yeah, honestly, Curtis, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't run into that situation at some point. Putting your own music on there.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I got.
Yep.
Okay. But when I click on it,
Yeah, it just means you need to download it up on the top left. But I would go back one space and just download all of it.
I need just right here.
Yep. And then save it to someplace that you know. That's kind of interesting. Dropbox will unzip it for you.
Look for an app in Microsoft Store.
Oh, I hate when that does that.
Stop share.
So will it let you download
No.
when you go up to the left?
When I go up to the left and tell the download,
Yep.
all it does is it goes over here and does that. But then when I go to try and save it,
It says to download a app from the App Store.
yeah,
Yeah.
Huh.
oh well. Is what it is.
And there's the second one. I just think just download the RAR file and let Windows open it.
You can send files actually through Messenger if they're small enough.
Well, this is like 15, 20 songs.
So Justin, how's things down in Florida? Is it cold or did it get warm?
It was cold last night and I haven't been outside yet this morning, but it says it's 41 out, so.
There's some of the CD covers I was thinking about for Return to Willow Creek.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah. Now that's not a real person, right?
Nope, it's not a real person.
Wish it was.
There's There's one more where she's topless, but it doesn't show anything. That'll wake everybody up on a Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday just became fun day.
Ugh.
You can download this. I don't think any of that stuff in there you'd be interested in, Justin, but if you want to play with any of it.
What is it, the music?
Yeah, the music and there's a little bit of artwork in the one file.
What's the chat at? There it is.
Ichigumi says, hey, applause.
Extract all files.
Let me know if you had a problem with it.
So Adrian, what's new and exciting down in Adrian land? If you're still here.
He probably went back to bed.
Could be.
So Mark says normally just double click on the zip file and it unzips itself. I've always had WinRAR. I'll put a link to WinRAR in the chat. And this is just what I've been using.
Yeah, it's working fine for me.
Okay.
I'm listening to Two Guns right now. That's the title, I think. That's what it says at the top. Yeah, they all. I just hit extract all and then I downloaded them all. They worked. I was able to click right on them.
All right.
You know what was really weird last night was when I had my camera turned off, or I had my camera on with no background, my camera's low light was horrible. Could barely pick up my face. But I put the background on and it pulled me right out of the darkness.
Wow.
I didn't even think it could do a background on a green screen or a background like that in such low light, but it did. Kind of weird.
Washington County News Station, Utah. Curtis, don't listen to Justin.
And Marshall.
Yeah, Mark, I've probably had it for 20 years too. I just keep using it. It says you need to buy it, but then you click on cancel and it still works. It's the weirdest software ever.
What is?
WinRAR. It's like a zip extractor.
Uh-huh.
You download it. I put a link in the chat, on the public chat. You download it and you get it for 30 days free. And then after 30 days, you click on something and a pop-up comes up and says, would you like to purchase this? And you say no, and then it still works.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Wow. That's some kind of glitch I guess I've never seen. But it's like how many people have actually said, oh yeah, I'll purchase it. And then they purchased it and didn't realize that that glitch was there too.
Yeah.
You might be one of the lucky ones that figured it out.
Somebody told me about it years ago.
Oh, years ago, and it still works like that?
Dude, I've had it for like 10, 15 years.
I've never paid for it.
Never paid for it.
Wow.
And it's not much. It's like $20. And I keep telling myself, oh yeah, you need to pay for this, but I keep forgetting.
Was it just a one-time fee?
Yeah.
I don't know how some of these companies are making anything off of these one-time fees unless they're selling millions of You know,
Well, like,
unless they're
I
selling
think
hundreds of thousands of units every day of a particular program.
kind of like Mark was saying, now it's in Windows that it will automatically extract. So it's kind of obsolete.
Right.
So that's probably part of why they leave it like that. There's some added benefits. It'll allow you to add things to a zip file. Like if you've already created a zip file, instead of unzipping it and adding another file to it, you just drag whatever it is. Like for instance, another MP3. If I wanted to put another one in the file, I just drag it on top of the zip file, and it will automatically add it to that without creating a new zip file.
Well, it's like, David and Sean were telling me, they said that, well, a lot of the Windows programs now, I mean, you don't almost need to go out and get third-party stuff anymore. They were like, like Windows Defender, the
Yeah.
antivirus software that Windows has, you don't need Norton and all that anymore. They were like, yeah, that shit works better than the actual paid programs that people are buying, like Norton and Kaspersky and all that. And a lot of the tech guys, even the guys on the internet, like Linus Tech and stuff, they don't like any of that shit. They say just use Windows Defender. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I had a Vast on my computer forever, and it used to annoy the hell out of me because they do more pop-ups than anybody else.
Yeah, all the tech guys call it bloatware.
Yeah, you need to update your drivers, and okay, so you click on it and they go, for another $50, we'll update them for you.
Right.
Or it'll come on and say, scanning, you must close your window or close your browser. I don't want to close my browser. Don't know. You work on my time. So I eventually got rid of it.
Yeah, because I actually got a 2-year free thing with my computer when I bought it from Aaron's. It was a 2-year.
And
That came with it.
McAfee's the worst. It uses all your system resources.
Yeah, that's the one I got the 2 free years with, and Sean was like, "Don't put that shit on there." And then him and Sean went through my whole computer the first day I got it, and he remote accessed it. And he went in there and took all that shit out, everything that Aaron's put in there. He just took it all out.
Yeah. Generally, I build my own computers. The last one though I got from Puget Systems because I wanted something that was really dialed in for all the graphic stuff that I do. Because usually I burn the computers up doing all that 3D rendering.
Oh yeah, you're doing stuff like that. You're better off getting your computer custom tailor made to what you're
Yeah.
doing.
And Puget Systems cool. They're like, what do you want on it? And I go, nothing. Firefox, and that's about it. And they're like, well, you don't want the Adobe suite on there? I'm like, nope, I'll load it myself.
Well, that's I bought that pre-built, but then between Sean and David, we've done a bunch of upgrades on it. They've helped me upgrade it. Like showing me how to put different, like upgrade the RAM and the GPU and all that stuff. We've upgraded a whole bunch of stuff in it.
We were talking about software companies making money. Did you hear about Filmora and the scandal they got going?
Oh yeah, they ended up buckling though,
Yeah.
because too many people were bitching out. Because if Fillmore would have stood their ground and did that, I guarantee you DaVinci and all the rest of them would have done it too.
Yeah.
Because one company, because Fillmore is right at, it's not quite as good as DaVinci, but it's one of the premier editing programs. And in the corporate world, when one company does something and they're still surviving by almost scamming their customers, almost
Yeah.
all of them will follow suit and do the
Paul, to
same
catch
exact crap.
you up on that, Filmora is a video editing app, and you can buy a lifetime license
Mhm.
so that so every upgrade that comes in, you get it. Well, they reneged on that, and on the latest upgrade, I don't have it myself. I use Premiere, but on the latest upgrade, they said you need to buy a new license to use this, and you couldn't go back to the old version.
Yeah, it was the Fillmore 12. They don't even offer the lifetime license anymore.
Yeah.
Because of that. Like I guess they stopped doing that on Fillmore 10, I think, or Fillmore 11. They stopped with the lifetime licenses.
Mm-hmm.
But they were already planning that shit ahead of time. They knew that was coming.
Yeah, there was a big backlash on the internet, and everybody was slamming them. It's like, hey, no, I paid for this, and everybody just went and they've always gotten the new updates you have a lifetime license, and they updated to the newest version, and it said, no, you got to pay for this. And they're like, no, I don't. And they're
Well,
like, yeah, you do.
Did you see what Filmora did though? They were threatening all those people on YouTube. They said if they keep slamming them about stuff, they were gonna start suing people.
Yeah. Well,
I
they
was
had
like,
God, who's the one guy they started to take down they did takedown notices on his videos.
yeah, he was the ex-ambassador for them, the dude with the
Yep.
big curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, his videos were the ones I was watching. Was
Yeah.
some of the ones
Same here.
and then I watched Linus Tech did some videos about it too.
Bill Thomas over at Coast to Coast Drones is a big Filmora user, and he was ranting about it for a while.
Well, see, and honestly, that's why I said if they would have stuck to their guns, if DaVinci was to do something like that, I don't think
Well,
like
DaVinci's free.
there is a free version, but the paid version, if they were to do that on the paid version,
Mhm.
because like it's a one-time thing, you buy it and then they'll give you the upgrades for free. But if DaVinci was to do that, there was 2 or 3 people I was talking to that used DaVinci, like Matt was one of them. And they said, honestly, they were like, that program's so good and it's the best one out there that I would end up just paying it. Because, they were like, what am I gonna do? There's nothing, because going to any other program to them was downgrading, right?
Well, Premiere or Adobe kind of did that. I mean, they let everybody know in advance. And if you bought a license to like CS6, which you got everything with, they don't take that away from you. So they now have a subscription model, and you got to pay every month. But if you had CS6 or I think it was all the CS, I think CS6 was the last one you could do that. They didn't take it away from you. They leave it on your computer. So you had a choice there for people that had been with a company for a long time. So I know a lot of people don't like paying the subscription. For me, it pays for itself. So I get tons of business using that stuff. So it doesn't bother me to pay a subscription. But if I was just your average drone guy, I'd be doing DaVinci as well.
Oh yeah, because that free version is just, I mean, for what it is, it's amazing. Because the free version for the Filmora is bullshit. They put that stupid ass watermark across your video. Like it's a huge watermark and it covers almost half your video. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
But they call it a free version. Yeah, you can edit the video and upload it and everything. But like I downloaded it and went to use it and it worked really well. But then they put that huge watermark across it. And
Right
I was
across the
like,
middle, huh?
yeah, and it was huge too. Like it covered at least, I would say 60% of the video.
Wow.
And I was just like, nope. After that, I undownloaded it from the computer. I was like, nah, I removed it. I was like, I'm not using that. It's just a way to suck you in because they tell you, oh, there's going to be a watermark on the video, but they don't tell you it's going to be this massive one. And it's just like, nope.
So Mark says he uses LumaFusion. You buy that outright for life too, and it works on the iPhone and iPad.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys that use that too. I think that's one of the programs I think Hodges uses. If I'm not mistaken.
Where is Hodges today?
Mhm.
Paul has abandoned us.
But yeah, if somebody wants a free one, I would just do the DaVinci one if you're going to be doing editing.
Well, most guys are just playing around. Most drone guys, it doesn't bother them. There's like, I just want my video to be on YouTube, and I filmed my house. Look at my house.
But I definitely wouldn't pay a monthly subscription unless I was doing a lot of stuff like you. To me, that would be a waste of money. You're getting your money's worth out of it because you're constantly playing with it and doing stuff with it. So
I got people hiring me all the time. The stuff that I did for the company in England is really taking off. I'm getting more and more people asking about that, and that corporate money is a lot easier. I used to do what we call logo stings for guys for their YouTube channels and stuff, and they're very, very picky guys, and I get it. They want the maximum for their money. I get that. But these corporates, they're like, oh, I just want this, this, and this, and they're not very creative. So when you add creativity to it, they're blown away.
Yeah, that kind of makes me wonder though, how some of these companies make money off of these lifetime subscriptions. Like, I kind of get it with DaVinci because that's that's a program that's used by like movie studios and stuff. So I'm sure they probably pay a lot more for their licensing and all that. Cause they're probably getting it for like a couple hundred computers at a time, you know?
Wow, they really zoomed in on that one on screen behind you, Paul.
Yeah, I know, there's a guy. There's always a guy when they're in close quarters up in that front watching the bow.
Man, look at that snow coming down. That's snow on the screen, right?
No, that's the screen is dirty.
Ah.
The lens and everything, because it's out in the weather.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have a way to clean the damn thing unless they go up on the roof of the building.
Well, it's probably something they only do a couple times a year too.
The spots on here.
So what you're saying is it's bird spooge.
Yeah, it could be that. It could be rain or sleet on the, because it's only 25 degrees here right now.
Oh, geez.
So
What they need to do is go up there and clean it and put something like that Rain-X or
yeah,
something on
rain
it.
Yeah.
X or something on it.
It
Yeah.
keeps everything from beating up on it. I'm sure they probably have like a special chemical
Well, there's
for
some
cameras like
cameras
that.
that you can buy. It's like downtown Detroit, a couple of the news cameras. When they're showing like from the top of big buildings down Detroit, you can see in bad weather, all of a sudden you can see the globe spin around and clean off.
It has some kind of self-cleaning thing on it.
So it's got a self-cleaning globe on it.
And those are probably like 20, 30, $40,000
Oh,
cameras.
big bucks. Well, and besides that, anytime you get a moving part like that, it's a maintenance issue all on its own, you know? So what's your plans for today, Justin?
I don't really have any plans for today, to be honest with you.
Are you gonna go live or?
No, I did that last night. No, I don't really have anything to do today.
Just gonna
Usually,
kick back?
yeah, usually Sundays I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Uh,
There it is, heading out in the lake. That's 1,000-footer.
Where's Hodges at?
Well, you might remember he mentioned he was going to a model train expo or something. Was an hour and a half or 2-hour drive for him this morning, so he wouldn't be around.
I missed both your shows yesterday because last night I was on the server and then yesterday morning I was with Laura over there on her show.
Playing around with that Mid Journey again, trying to come up with a logo idea for the ROV stuff.
Oh. What's up, Braun?
Oh, there you go.
I kind of like that one. I don't like the center. I thought about replacing that with like a compass of some sort.
Well, you know what you could replace it with would be a bronze version of an ROV.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, it's like in the water, the ROV.
Right. Yeah, I can put that in the screen. I kind of like this one.
That's cool.
Make stickers and everybody else has got,
Hey, Uncle
got
Bill.
stickers.
Good
What's up,
morning.
Bill?
Hey, what's up, Curtis? How you doing?
Going on, Bill?
Going on? Who else is there? Good morning.
Justin is in on the panel, but he's not.
Not showing his face. He's
Yeah.
smarter than, that's because he's smarter than I am. I just got over at Johnny's channel just now. They got to see me fresh from the CPAP machine. You know, actually you can still see the lines in my face, I think. How are you guys today?
Well, it's 25 degrees here, Bill.
Okay, but who's counting?
And I flew a couple of ships last night and it was 14 degrees when I flew them.
Wow.
So I just had a little bit of a fiasco with my CPAP. The company I've been with went out of business. So and when they file bankruptcy, of course, they don't hand out any of your files or anything to the new company that you go to. So the new company says, well, you know, we can read your CPAP machine and we can see that you're doing really good on it. You're doing really, really good. But what you have to do a new sleep study, it's $2,000. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. What's the benefit? Well, we'll know how to set up your machine. Well, it's already set.
Right. How long have you had it?
So mine was part of the recall.
Mine too.
I just got the new one in, but they set it up like my old machine. So, but yeah, it works just fine. And when I went into this new company and they pulled the SD card out and downloaded the stuff, they said, well, you know, everything's working good. You're using the machine and it's benefiting you. And I'm like, yeah, awesome. That's cool. But why do I need to do a sleep study? And they gave me, so my insurance company is going to cover the home study. And I thought this was kind of weird. They said that you have this thing you wear across your chest and thing you put up your nose and it measures how you're breathing and everything. And they said, but don't use your CPAP when you're using this. I'm like, well, if I don't use my CPAP and I stop breathing, am I going to die? I mean, shouldn't I be using the machine? They're like, well, we have to do the study. Whatever.
Oh, you're that severe that you would die without your machine?
No.
Oh, you're just being a pain in the ass. So.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't see the point other than them making money.
Yeah.
Well, they told me after 5 years, like say you need a new machine or whatever, they want you to do, if the insurance would want you to do another sleep study, but I don't care. The insurance pays for that after 5 years. So.
Well, the insurance wouldn't pay for the one where you go there and do the sleep study. They would do the at-home one. And they wanted me to go there and do the sleep study. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying for that.
Well, they'll probably forget, oh, this is the famous Curtis Wright. Let's get a couple grand out of him.
Right.
Yeah. Now they told me something about it because my machine was recalled as well. I got the new one. I like it. It's cool looking, smaller.
Did you get the black one?
Yeah.
Where you have to pull the water thing out to get
at the back. Yeah, you got to kind of pull back on it. Yep.
And then lift the lid up. I like the old one where it was clear and you could just see if it had water in it or not.
Well, I can see the water through the it's smoke color. The plastic tub is smoke colored.
Right. I can't see. Well, when I go up, my wife goes to bed before I do.
No,
So,
there's a fill line. You can see it.
I can't see it on mine.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't barely see you. You got to put some lights on in that house.
Dude, it's 6, almost 7 in the morning. It's still,
yeah.
We're West Coast here.
I mean, it's fine. It's smaller profile than the other one. It works. Anyway,
Yeah, it works.
They finally said, see, my other one broke, and then I replaced it with a refurb, one, and then that broke. So I'm not, so it was recalled. So I sent them the first broke one. And it turns out, they're all claiming it because, if you use the ozone, the one that William Shatner sold me, the device to clean it, the ozonator, you know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah.
That's no good for it. possibly hurts the electronics and la 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 la. So I'm not using
And it
anymore.
breaks down all the stuff inside and that gets in
Oh,
your
that's what they,
lungs. And
that's what they said, but I didn't get
Yeah.
that problem. I didn't have any particulate matter in my tube or anything. But it just stopped working properly. And then I had another one stop working properly. So I was like, well, I need another one. I said, well, you passed the warranty, but I had to wait for 5 years and then the insurance would pay for it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm waiting for them to send me a new one anyway. So I didn't do anything. So I went without one for about a year and a half. And then they finally sent me that, because when I went to try to get a new one, because I had two machines, one I actually paid for and one that the insurance sent. And I figured, well, I'll get a refurb and they'll have another one as a backup, I'm not a refurb, but they'll give me another one because of a recall. And they said, well, no, you got to do a sleep study first. That's what they said, because it's been 5 years before we can get you another one. So that's said, all that went down. It's like, screw it, I just waited. And finally they sent me the new one, which is fine. Then they contacted me just one time, Philips Respironics, and said something about my insurance, my doctor, and I don't know, like they wanted to ensure that my respiratory company, which is Physicians something or other, that's not my doctor, but so they referred me to get this device, and
Right.
Something about, I don't know, I was about as awake as I am now. And so I was like, yeah, okay. And I hung up the phone. I haven't heard back from them since. I'm just using the machine and screw it. Nobody, is anybody monitoring it? I don't know. I don't care. It's working and I'm sleeping. So that's that, But I mean, really, technically, I probably should have another study. Yeah.
So for me as a DOT driver, when your neck is larger than 19 inches,
Yeah.
you have to have one.
Yeah.
I mean, the only exception is if you go in and do a sleep study and you have no episodes of CPAP, or what do they call it? I forget what it's called. But anyway, you have no episodes where you stop breathing. Yeah, no apps or whatever it's called.
Apnea, yeah. Well, the apneic episodes. Let's make up words. My neck's certainly over 19 inches, and but I didn't know they required one
for DOT drivers, for commercial drivers.
I used to have my commercial license.
Yep.
I did. I turned it in. Florida, I can get it back just by asking for it, but you need to start taking your yearly physicals and blah, blah, blah. So yeah. I probably have to tie the CPAP into it now, I guess, now that I've been.
I know in Washington State you do. I can't speak for every state, but for Washington State, yeah, you have to, you go to your physical, and then if your neck is larger than 19 inches, they want you to do a sleep study, and they want to see the results of the sleep study. If you don't have any apnea episodes or whatever they call it, then you don't have to have the machine. So when people ask you about the stripe on your cheeks, what do you tell them? I tell them my wife has the ball gag when I talk too much. That's how we don't argue.
And let's take a minute for our sponsor, AARP.
Yeah.
AARP.
Justin, it's not an age thing.
No, he's being his typical douchebag. So.
I know, but I'm just telling him it's not an age thing though.
No, it's not. I've been snoring all my life. Now they tell me there's something wrong with me. So I don't know. My grandfather used to snore. He used to lay in front. All right, the AARP continues. He used to lay down in front of the TV with us in the TV room upstairs at his house, and he could fall asleep laying on the floor with us, like this, just like this, just because. And we didn't know he was asleep. We were behind him on the couch screwing around. He's laying on the floor with us. This was grandpa time watching TV, I guess. And all of a sudden you'd hear like this. Never fall over, never wake up. He's amazing. He's an amazing man. But anyway, but they say it shortens your life. You got to wear it. So
yeah, my wife loves it.
Who wouldn't want to extend this life?
My wife loves when I use mine.
Mark White is over in the UK. He says it's almost 3:00. Well, it is 3:00 now. He says it'll be dark soon.
Wow.
Great
Yeah, my
podcast.
wife, your wife likes it because in what the noise level is kind of down here. My neighbors are glad I got one. You know, their dogs are quiet now. They think there's a bear or cougar in the neighborhood or something.
It won't be long before Justin's insurance is going to require him to go in for a test.
Yeah, Justin, you're no spring chicken there, Mr. 37-year-old.
Not quite there for my,
Things are gonna start wearing out on you.
Do you snore, Justin?
I mean, as much as the next person does. I mean, I honestly don't know. I've never woke myself up from snoring, but
Well, if your
Sarah-
wife, ever,
Sarah
if your
does.
wife, ever, if Sarah ever sleeps in the same room as you, you know, if she can stand that, just ask her. What do you think?
ask her-
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that came out good.
Isn't that cool?
3D printed it.
Yeah, and it's got, you know, it's got the, see on the bottom there? It's kind of
Gee.
neat.
Who made that for you?
The gills, nobody, I made it.
Oh, cool.
He did that on his printer.
Yeah, he got a Ender 3
It's-
he's been playing around with.
Can't tell that I used with the lighting here, but I used a rainbow. Let me put this other light on here.
Oh, tell him about the big excitement when you showed your wife, because you made it for her.
Oh, yeah. Last night, I'm like, you know, I finally, because, you know, this took a minute or two to print this thing. Just the base was 25 hours. But anyway, 26. But anyway, yeah, it's like, oh, this is kind of cool, you know, because it's a new hobby to me. I'm acting like a child, like, you know, I tend to do. And I was trying to get her, honey, look at this. Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
And then
I
just
said, no,
walks
no,
out.
come here. Well, look, where are we gonna? No, it's okay. You can put it in your room. I said, I don't need it. Right? How about for the dogs for a nightlight? If she wants to leave a nightlight on for the dog, she thinks they're scared of the dark. So I was like, okay. Well, instead, she uses this light here, which I have to keep replacing. You know, then leaves that on, so the dogs have a little light out here. And I said, no, and it's a mushroom. It's a perfect motif for a kitchen. Terrible cabinets I have, huh? Or Micah Fleck. That's my next project. All new kitchen. Anyway, I did put a nice one of these in. But she's like, she comes out. I said, look, honey, look at her. She walks out and she looks. She goes, yeah, it's nice. Went back to bed. I was so disappointed.
40 hours of print time, and that's all you get. It's
That's
nice.
what I get, you know, research, and that's okay. That's okay. You know what? She loves me, and she'll come home, she'll feed me, so she can do whatever she wants.
Holy shit, what was that?
Hmm?
Your
All
microphone.
of a sudden, your audio went wacky.
Yeah,
Mine
oh
did?
my God, yeah, your microphone went nuts there.
It went so loud, Uncle Bill, that it rattled everything. It's,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably the Lord our God saying, stop making fun of that woman who's 10
That's it.
too good
That's
for you."
it.
The
She-
saint that's
she-
in your house, leave her alone.
He is monitoring your every move.
You know?
So, Mark, you need to look into CPAP because it's not so much that you're snoring, it's that it's cutting down your lifespan.
Yeah, oxygen levels when you sleep too low.
I mean, using a CPAP, you don't snore because it's pushing oxygen into your throat and keeping your throat open. But yeah, less oxygen, less life.
Pressure. Positive airflow pressure. Sorry, Curtis.
No problem.
Yeah, but they keep that positive pressure, and you either don't snore or reduces the severity of it, and it keeps your oxygen level higher. I mean, it knows when you're snoring; it can hear you. The thing. Pretty
So
cool.
yeah, mine's set up that it senses. Well, I don't know about the new one because I just got it, but the old one would sense how much I'm breathing, and it would either use more air or less air.
Sure, it ramps up. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, when you were really giving it a hard time because you wake up, you know, and your throat's sore, and the thing's on hurricane.
Yeah.
It's trying to
You're
blow
like-
it right up your face. Yeah.
I can't sleep without it now.
Once you
I
get
did
used
that.
to it-
I did the home study last night, and he said, all I need is the doctor said, all I need is 4 hours. Well, after 4 hours, I got up. I was like, that's it. Which is why I'm up in time for Paul's show.
Yeah.
Usually I come in at the very last part when Paul's just about ready to get off the internet.
What?
Hi, boo-boo. I know what you want.
What?
Oh, look at the pupper dogs.
What do you want? What do you want? What? Yes. Yes. All right, you're very entertaining, but I'm not giving you anything. Want a treat? All right, I'll give you a treat.
I snore. I don't care if I have a short life. Yeah. Well, there is that.
It's all little treat. That's actually dropped it. There you go.
Yeah, but snoring's not always a bad thing, is it? Is it a particular type of snoring?
No, it's snoring. Period. It's like your
Hey, quit your treat, fella.
snoring is a result of depriving your body of oxygen.
Sure.
Your throat is closing up, and
You don't have to have
it's
it.
that when the throat closes up,
Have one of these.
you're not able to breathe in.
Like,
So the CPAP machine will push air into your throat, and it'll keep that open so that you continually get oxygen.
Okay.
I mean, I know 2 people right now that they can't sleep without it at all. They will stop breathing at night, and there's a risk they would actually die.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
those people are the ones, like, when the recall happened, they were taken care of first, is the
Yeah.
severe cases, yeah. Yeah, because they didn't want to waste the shipping if these people died in their sleep.
So is there only like one type of CPAP machine out there when they did these recalls or
There's
what?
CPAP, APAP, all different brands and like that. Philips Respironics is one of the biggest, but there's several companies that do it, you know.
Yeah.
Rescue is another.
And there's different kinds of hookups. Like most of my guys at work just use the one that goes over your nose. I like that. For me, I just like the full face thing.
Well, was the recall like across the board with all the companies or? Was it
No,
just-
it was just for Philips.
Oh, okay.
And what it was there was a cleaning solution they came out with that was really good, but it would break down the components inside of it, and it created these particulates that you were breathing in that would cause cancer.
They claimed that it could. cause
Right,
it.
right.
So that was
Well,
not that it ever did, or anybody actually
Right.
suffered from it, but you get the foam. There's a foam insulation in there that knocks down the sound of the
Of
snoring.
the machine, yeah.
You know, and apparently it would break down, and you would breathe it in. Breathe it in, and
So it was like degrading the plastics and everything?
No, not the plastic, the foam.
foam.
Oh,
There's some foam in there that quiets the motor down and everything. They're really kind of a cool machine. I mean, they're a little computer in them. They're hooked up to the internet. It sends it back to the information back to your provider.
Yeah, well, it's over cell. It's got a little cell card in it. Yeah.
well, see, the one that Sarah's dad had, they would always give him a memory card to put in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get
we would have
a little SD card. Yeah.
And then he would have to send it back after, however many days they wanted it for.
Yeah, no, ours has that, but you don't have to send it anywhere.
Yeah, ours has the cell phone connection, so they download it like once a week.
Yeah.
Can you download apps on that thing?
They know your settings. When Philip sent it to me, it was already set up to my settings.
Same with me.
Because they have your information, because when you went through that whole process for the recall, they reached out to the provider, and the provider gave them the information and blah, 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 and then you got it, so.
Yeah,
But there's hacks, there's ways to get into that machine and change the settings yourself if you know what they are. So it's kind of worth it to learn what they are, so you can find out what your settings should be, write them down or save them or whatever, and then whatever, then you have them. But anyway, like you said, you need a doctor to sign off on your DOT anyway. Hi, Ron.
Up, Ron?
Morning again. Sunshine.
we're talking medical stuff, Ron. So just thought I'd
Okay.
warn you.
Had enough of that for 24 hours. No, go
Well,
ahead.
ours is kind of boring. We're talking about CPAP machines.
Well, I was
Are
playing
you finally headed home, Ron?
no,
Oh,
going to the apartment to go get a little nap. I'm off today though. No, I was playing with external pacemakers last night though, trying to keep my patient alive. I've got a little intense.
You said trying, you succeeded, didn't you?
We did.
Oh, good.
It's a matter of playing with.
Do not try. Do.
Yeah, we did.
You're not trying.
All, he was talking and kind of laughing, and he had a good spirit about him. When I left him, I said, "Hey, I'm leaving you in the hands of these pretty little nurses." He goes,
They probably said, "Thank God, it's about time."
"Yeah, get rid of your ugly ass." Yeah, he said.
Been putting up with you and this.
Yeah, it's well, a lot of people have pacemakers. We have the ability to externally pace people by putting these pads on one on their chest, one on their back, and it's all about the amount of amperage that you put out,
Amps
and
or volts?
obviously, pardon me,
Amps or volts?
amps. And
I thought it was amps that can kill you.
Oh, it can. Amps
it can, yeah, but we're not.
They're probably usually not killing people though. Not usually.
Yeah, we're not using that much. Yeah, but no, it was only like, I don't know, 15 amps, something like that. Anyhow,
Wow. That's an awful lot, Ron. That's a lot of amperage there, brother. Yeah.
so, but anyhow, we all I know is he was doing well when we left. Heart rate was in the 20s, and we got it up to around 70.
Excellent.
When he would, a couple times, and I think sometimes those pads that we have, they have a really strong adhesive and a gel on them. And I think sometimes they dry out a little bit and they don't adhere well enough. So the electricity doesn't get penetrated enough. And when that thing wasn't capturing right, his heart rate would drop in the 20s, and all of a sudden he would just start to go unconscious, and he would have like a little seizure. I'm like, damn it, stop that. So I put my hand on that pad to make sure it was pressing on his chest hard enough, that electricity was transferring. Then he'd come back around. He's like, what the hell happened? I'm like, you're trying to die on me. Knock it off.
You know what our electric bill looks like? Stop it.
Yeah.
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 Pulling
too many amps.
And that's a word from our next sponsor, Viagra. Get the stiffest so you can please your missus.
Hey, I like that.
Jeez.
You might have something there, Justin,
Yeah.
You got to present that,
Oh, you should have saw Bill's face last night when I was talking about Woodstock.
What the fuck? You made it sound like I'm 85 years old.
I
Well,
said the
you're
pe-
talking about Woodstock and your people. Ain't my people. I was 8 years old.
I said the people at Woodstock would love to see how relaxed everybody is on marijuana these days. And Bill was like, Woodstock. I was like, yeah, your people,
No.
Woodstock.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah, you people. What do you mean, you people?
I said, who do you think I am? Paul Murray?
Well, sadly enough, I was at Woodstock.
So was I about 5 years ago.
No, I was at the original music fest,
Well, you
Really?
You had to be young though. How old were you, Paul?
16 at the time.
16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was what, 40, about 50.
1969.
69.
Summer
Is
love.
this-
Summer,
Is
summer
this
of
thing working? Can you guys
69.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying a different mic. I got a little lapel mic.
Yeah. No, we can hear you.
Actually, I was older than that. I was 19, I think.
What's that?
I think I was 19 or no, 18,
What year were you born?
What's up,
1952.
Dustin?
I mean, we could figure it out for you if you're having trouble. Yeah.
Well,
That would have been 17.
yeah, I was 16 or 17 because I was.
Yeah.
It was my summer of
Of love.
love.
Of love.
Paul was just figuring himself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 9 years older than I am. There you go. Yep. But they were good 9 years because you're looking marvelous. Marvelous.
That was a wacky time. I'll tell you that.
Was it?
Oh,
Did you partake in the Summer of Love? When
No, I
naked,
watched.
running around in the mud with the girls and all that?
Watched.
I watched the Summer of Love. I mean,
Oh, he's a watcher.
when you were there, it was nothing for a really good-looking high chick to come around and grab your schwang and, hey, baby, you know, you get the.
And then you sit there and you watched her do it. I got it. Okay. Well, what did she do? Well, please.
And there's something wrong with that. Why?
Well, back in that day, the diseases were rampant.
Mm.
And those people that were high, they could care less about gonorrhea.
Those
venereal
diseases are still
diseases.
rampant.
That's what they make penicillin and antibiotics for.
Well, penicillin wasn't invented until what, the 40s or 50s?
What's that?
Yeah, but it was.
Just think.
Penicillin.
Just think. Did that chick that you're talking about that grabbed your schlong and said, "What's up, baby?" and did whatever she did and like that? She's somebody's sweet. Right now, if they're walking around, she's somebody's sweet little grandmother that you see at the Golden Corral right now. That's all polite.
Oh, that's so true, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the back of her mind, she's thinking, "I wonder how that guy would."
Well, and the grandkids are going, not my grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back of her mind, wondering, I wonder how that guy with the beard is with that sweet schlong is. I mean, I'm just wonder.
Jesus, Bill.
You'll never look at an old lady the same again.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sit at the Golden Corral.
Yeah, I'm never gonna eat at the Golden Corral again.
Start off conversation. Were you at Woodstock?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Her
there.
face change, and all of a
um,
sudden she'll start talking about things that you don't want to hear come out of her mouth.
Well, some of the places Ron goes to now, same situation 30 years from now.
Was that
Only there's video
Woodstock in
evidence.
Right?
2014, 15, I was at Woodstock, and I remember it was right at the 45th anniversary or something like that.
Mm,
Bethel Woods, New York.
Yep.
mm.
So
You're
yeah,
probably-
30
you're probably
years from
still
now,
looking
we're going to be
at
on a
it,
live
you know,
stream and we're going to go, Ron, you ever wonder what happened to that girl at Sturgis?
Yeah.
She's a grandma now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
much
yes-
longer.
And guess who's the grandfather?
Yeah.
You know, I heard it was
Why-
like I heard that Woodstock when you went back. It was like Okinawa with the Japanese that never knew the war ended. A bunch of
Yeah.
hippies would still holed up in a cave somewhere, you know, just having at it. You know, they're like, what do you mean the concert's over?
Yep.
We're still on LSD.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't as lucky at Sturgis as Paul was at Woodstock, you know. Somebody didn't come up to me and say, "Hey, baby," you know.
Grab your schlong.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Look in the chat. Paul, that might be your son there.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, there you go.
His mom was
Dustin's
there.
mom
Uh-oh.
was there.
Says, look at these ding dongs. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Paul could have a illegitimate running around.
You know, running around with nothing but a G-string on and feathers in their hair, you know, it's like, whoa.
At 16, I would have been wilding out.
Sounds about like Sturgis, though. Yeah.
Dustin, do you get a funny feeling whenever you look at Paul? There's some kind of familiarity going on.
A connection of sorts.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I was him 16 at Woodstock, I don't know. I don't know if I would have just been sitting there watching everything.
17.
Well, 17, whatever.
Oh, I was a
Figured
horn
it
dog.
out. He can't remember how old he is. Shh, don't say shh. But anyway, what were you watching, Paul? I mean, you weren't like off in a bush somewhere, just
Oh, no. I was watching, but you know what? There was so much humping and thumping going on there. It's like the music was almost secondary.
wow.
And then there was in groups, there'd be groups of people stoned on stuff and people over here smoking weed and people over here just having open
I bet it
sex.
smelled really good there, huh?
Oh,
What was the one announcement the one guy said? don't eat the blue pill or whatever. It's
Yeah.
bad. It's on the PA system.
Oh, hey, Paul, have you ever been to Burning Man out in Nevada?
No,
I've always
Oh,
wanted to
God.
go to that.
That is unfreaking believable. That puts Woodstock to shame. That place.
Oh, you remember that whole thing when that dude ran into it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was,
When I lived in Reno, they actually, it was actually good money. My company, they had nurses and medics that worked out there, and I went out there for a weekend just to see it. Holy shit. Talk about naked people. Ooh, man.
I keep seeing the photos and videos of the girls in the painted bodysuits.
Mm.
well, and the whole point, and if I'm not mistaken, they clean that place up to where it doesn't even look like anybody was there by the time they're done, right?
Yeah, the weird thing about, you could always tell who was there by their vehicle. For whatever reason, in that part of Nevada, the sand was so, it was like flour. You know, you stepped in it and it just went all over. It wasn't gritty. Oh my God. It was, you come out of there so dirty. More ways than one.
Yeah.
But
I
Yeah.
was just thinking the same thing.
Look at Dustin defending himself here. I was born in 72. My brother was born in 64. No, Paul, no child support for you. Oh.
well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it.
okie dokie.
I've got a ship that I want to get is downbound.
Okay.
All right.
So everybody have a great day, and maybe we'll see some of you this evening. Bill, good luck with your CPAP,
Well, it works good. I think
and Ron, get some rest.
Laura's going to be on, I think. this afternoon.
Curtis is going to be on at between 1 and 2 o'clock Eastern time with the ROVs.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep,
We're doing something different this time. We're going to put 3 of them in the water.
there you go.
Well, have
Hey,
fun.
everybody. Hey, thanks for being here, Justin. Take care.
See you later.